Good evening guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm home again from my trip with the caravan, and I don't think I will get back out to the lake anymore, as my vacation is over this Sunday coming. So I think I will be crafting as scheduled earlier, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I hope that will work. I have of course been crafting even if I have been out in the forest, but my wifey is a bit bad out in the forest by the lake, so it's a bit difficult to do long recordings, and I think to just show you a lot of stuff isn't so fun. So I think I have done a couple of shorter things that I have showed you on YouTube and Instagram. But now we are going to look at the little journal with a bit more color in, and this pink one. I have almost finished it when I have been out by the lake. So I will show you this, and also we will put in the last pieces into it. I was embroidering last night, and now I have one stitch left. Then we will put some more decorations into it. It's already too fat and chunky, but I think it should be that way. The small journals need to be chunky if they are going to be any fun. So this is one of my monoprint that I did that will go on one of the pages, and this is a watercolor painting I did, and now I have embroidered on top of it. This is a textile piece with watercolor and laces and a piece of wallpaper down here. These are one of my craft papers that I have eco-dyed, and I have actually done a whole bunch more this evening, and I have used blueberries and rose petals, so I think they got amazing. They are drying on my porch at the moment. So this is a watercolor painting. This too, some embossed handmade paper and a bit of embroidery, and a copy of an old photo frame and a digital from, I think it's Ruby and Pearl XO. It's different people shopping. So let's see what we more need to fill this up. I did this flip on top of this watercolor painting I did, and then I have put on some embroidery, done embroidery, and some textile of course in the spine to keep it safe. So let's see. On the inside of the cover, that also is textile of course, I have put a little hand crocheted piece of lace as a pocket. so I will probably put something there later on. And this one you may have seen, it's a digital that I have printed on eco-dyed paper and made a pocket. Some writing space on a gessoed craft paper page. This is textile, hammered flowers. I don't have the name in English at the moment. This is also a pocket, and I have put a piece of a crocheted tablecloth under this, and a little tab with lace that I have colored purple. Some eco-dyed paper and a piece of a dried real fern down here, and some of the wishing threads papers that are sewn together and made a little puzzle. I have a course on that it's in my Etsy shop. Watercolor paint and textile with embroidery, making a pocket. I think I need to take something and see if I can show you which one is pockets. And another eco-dyed lace down there. And this is also a pocket on the side. One of my paintings, some labels, and another eco-dyed paper with some watercolor paints and textile on. Left that for writing space, and this is from my old typewriter from 1913. I have taped nature on another paper and glued down. Watercolor painted leaves and rose decoration. Another pocket with textile that I have painted with a stencil. More watercolor painted textile and another pocket on that side, or top spot actually. Watercolor painting, antique lace, and some text from a Swedish old letter. And this is also a little pocket. So you actually have a double pocket here, so you can put things from two ways. Samples painted on antique book pages, laces, and a watercolor painting with some, I put on salt to make a bit of pattern. Little piece of lace patterned paper, too much P there, and I left that as a little writing space, and it's white on the back, so you can do whatever you want if you will be the new owner. And the same with this one, a beautiful eco-dyed colorful page, and the same with this one. So I have left a few pages that I'm not sure if I will put something behind them. Maybe we could put something on that back side. So we have that one that could peek out. Do we have a smaller one? that one maybe. I have put paper on top of the embroidery so it won't get stuck. But if we are putting that down, I want to decorate this in some way. Don't like it to be. Maybe we can put on that piece of paper and then it will go with this one. Let's do that. Then we can glue it down as a little pocket. So let's see which part we should use. So I hope you have had a nice summer and have been outside a lot. For us that lives in Sweden, the summer is so important. We don't get sun and warmth more than a little part of the year, so it's really important to be outside and get a lot of vitamin D from the sun. We need that to last for the whole long winter with darkness and lack of sun. I don't really feel relaxed yet, but I got so stressed out in the spring, so I haven't really calmed down yet. So I'm happy I have my craft. That still is my go-to when I'm stressed, to be able to sit down and have fun with you guys. Gives me new energy. So something like that. So let's glue on 3 sides. So then we have this little pocket here, and we have used it up and got a beautiful pink page on this side. So on this one we have an antique embroidery from a bed linen that I have colored blue, light blue, with some eco coloring. I used blue flowers and made the water light blue. And I didn't put anything more on that page. I love this little dove. I think it's a peace dove. So I left it like that. And on the back of that we have a pocket. A couple of ladies taking a bath and a piece of wallpaper behind that. So maybe those could get a label. Or some decoration of some sort. think I want that typewritten. It looks like July 1937. The girls are taking a bath. I have actually taken a bath in the lake this year. Not totally, but I'm at least half of me was in the lake. I'm a bit of a non-bathing kind of person. I don't like to get cold, but that's because my fibromyalgia, that's my muscle disease, don't like me to be cold, so I can have something to say when people want me to go and take a bath. So let's continue. This is another watercolor painting I have done, and I have put in an eco-dyed piece of an old book page. And this is, behind that, it's eco-dyed textile, so it's a strong pocket. And eco-dyed antique pattern paper for embroidery on this side. And I'm thinking that we maybe could put something more on that. Let's see what we have. This is actually a lady by the sewing machine. That could be nice with a crafting woman. Give it a bit of distressing so it goes more with the paper. So let's put her down here, and then we can give her a piece of textile and make it a top spot, I think. So we have brown and we have blue peeking out. So should we have some of this? Maybe goes with the flowers. That could be fun. Just a little piece, so not whole of it. I don't want it to cover all of this. Should we do the pocket like that and have her on top of the pocket instead? Let's cut a little bit off so we get it in the range of the paper size. Maybe we can do like that so we can still see the flowers a little bit. And then okay, I'm thinking if I'm going to just do it as a pot clip like that, or if I'm going to leave this and use all of it and just glue on this side and that one. And glue this behind the, so we can get something bigger into it. I think so. So let's put the lady down first, so you can see what I'm talking about. thinking I can actually do a whole pocket and do like this. It's a bit too short. That. Now we have a whole pocket. Okay, the pocket is done, and we can put her down like that. I think I put it a little bit up so that we can see that's embroidery painting. I just put a piece of paper behind, covering up the threads so we won't get stuck when we put something in the top spot. Like that. Cute. So more watercolor painting, and on the back of that I have put a little piece of textile so you can do some writing or put some photo or something like that. And this is just textile I have watercolor painted during the weekend. Did a lot of those small pieces to use in the journals. Another piece of collaged paper and textile, and I have a little pocket behind this. Another pocket here, and a piece of lace hanging down. This is another textile page, and I don't think I did any more than one pocket down here. And I think I want to leave that one. Need a little bit of writing space too. And a pocket with the more antique lace, and on the back of that a little collaged page and a crocheted pocket. Then we have a little tab here, so we can open this up, and this is a lace flip. I did a little watercolor painting, and we can also put something here if we would like to, and the same on this page. Linen pocket with a bit of decoration. This is made on newsprint paper, so it has this nice sound. So here we have one of the pages I also wanted to decorate. So let's see what we should use. I really like this one that I made in the beginning. I'd like to put that there. But it needs something on the back with thin paper to cover up the embroidery pieces. This was some acrylic paint roses I did, just to try if I could. And this is some watercolor painting I did. So should we use one of those on the back? That will go with the music paper. So let's see how big it is. Let's glue it down and cut it afterwards. Put a bit extra glue on the knot in case it would think of moving and let the threads go. I was listening to some Olympic Games when I was making these, so I'm thinking about the boys and girls that really is wonderful in their sports. We have a Swedish guy that was in final in table tennis, and it was so exciting. He lost to China, but I still think his effort was totally okay. So let's see. So let's be a little wild and crazy and do a pattern on this. Chunky. probably a good thing that it's almost filled up now. We have a couple of small pockets here. Where did my card go? There. So we have one pocket here, and then I put in this little paper in this one. And this is textile and paper. So I left the textile plain on the back. And the next one is a pocket up here. And this is actually a real leaf. I picked that now by the lake, and I dried it, and it was almost dried from the start. It has been on the ground for a while. So I just put it on the table under a book for a day. And then I felt that I could sew it in. So I have embroidered around it, and did some embroidery on this piece too. And then I did a pocket from the top of this one, and put in some lace. We have an eco-dyed piece, and this is also a pocket. And I did a little embroidery calm on another piece of old antique linen. And this is some colored textile, and collaged different papers. And then I have a little pocket here, and I left this also plain to some writing space. So I'm actually thinking I will leave this too. I don't want to put too much on it. This little textile flower, but I think it will be, I will put on a little piece of label, a little sample date. Or maybe another little date label. Just so we have a little decoration on this one. And then I did a little pocket on the inside cover, and I did this little fold out with tags and writing space on the back. Like that. Okay guys, I think this one is done. So should we see if we can get the giveaway going? I think it's time now. And I think I will actually use this as the giveaway. I really like it as it's a bit more colorful and filled with all these embroideries and watercolor paintings. It feels very me. So I think we can decide that. So when I reach my 6,000 subscriber, this will go to one of you that is commenting and I will write down below what you need to do to be in that giveaway. It won't be so much, but a little effort to help me grow. That's important to me, to be able to share my ideas and help those of you that is new to this, and maybe inspire to get more, to love this beautiful kind of craft. So I think that will be it for today. I will be back tomorrow and show you the big journal that I'm also working on, and then I think we maybe need to take a peek at the papers I have made today. They are still wet, but I could see that it was something amazing going on. I put in 2 white papers, but it's mostly brown craft paper that I have eco-dyed, and I actually love how they turned out, really love them. So I have to go to the forest and pick some more blueberries, because I used fresh blueberries on them, and also some really pink rose petals. So let's do that tomorrow, and please check out the giveaway. I love to give away things, so this will be fun, and amazing to reach 6,000 subscribers. I think I'm up to 5,830 something. So it's not so much that is needed to actually reach 6,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Thank you so much for keeping me company. I won't sit here and rumbling anymore. Have a nice evening, and I will be back tomorrow. Until next time, bye bye from Sweden.